So the question is, do you need a dust bath for your chickens? The answer is yes, chickens do need to take dust baths, whether you provide that for them or they find it for themselves. So if your chickens are free ranging, they are going to find an area where they can dig up the dirt and make themselves a nice concave area where they can take a dust bath in the dirt, like you'll see right next to me here. So they dug out this whole area next to the foundation of the house, and they all go in here to do dust bathing. Now, if you want to avoid that, you can provide dust baths that you've created yourselves, and I'll show you a couple examples of that. Also, if you have your chickens who are not free ranging and they're in a coop with a small run that doesn't give them access to be able to dig in the dirt and make their own dust baths, then you for sure want to provide them with something to dust bathe in. Chicken skin does produce a lot of oil. That oil is used to coat the feathers to help create a seal on the feathers to help to keep water from penetrating so that when it rains they're not getting soaked down to the skin. So the oil is important. However, if they get too much oil, they like to take a dust bath. The dust bath can help to absorb some of that excess oil. So it is important for them to be able to do that. So let me show you a couple options for dust baths. One option you can do is to get a child sandbox, like this turtle one I have here, and you can fill that up with some clay sand or masonry sand. If you go with more of a masonry construction sand, it's a little bit grittier, a little thicker, which would be a little bit better to prevent them from inhaling and eating too much of it, which can cause a little bit of a crop impaction. So if you go with a grittier sand, that's ideal. I like to add a couple handfuls of diatomaceous earth in there and mix that up for them. You can also throw in some herbs, some dried herbs. I've got some Italian seasoning that I like to sprinkle in there. It smells nice. I like this sandbox because it does come with a cover, so every night I cover that up, or if it's going to be raining out, I cover that up. That keeps other animals out of there. It also keeps the rain out of there, keeps it nice and clean. Your other option would be to use a kiddie pool, like one of those small plastic child's kiddie pools, and fill one of those up. I have a pink one that I fill up. That's inside the chicken coop, so I don't have to worry about a cover for it because it's in the coop where it's fully covered, and at night the doors are closed, so there's no access for wild animals to get into that. So you do have some options there. With this turtle sandbox, I was able to purchase it used from someone off of Craigslist, so I was really excited that I was able to get that. And also the kiddie pool, those you can get usually at like Walmart or Target, and they're fairly inexpensive to be able to make one for inside your coop. The chickens do use the dust bath that I've made for them. However, they much prefer to free range and make their own dust bath in the dirt. So you're gonna have to play with some options and see what works out best for your chickens. I have my chickens contained in their run, so it's important to me to give them options for dust bathing, and they certainly do use this, but they also do make some holes in their chicken run area as well to do their dust bathing, and that's okay with me. As long as they're happy, they're getting their dust bath, that's the most important part. So now you know, it's important that chickens get their dust bath, and you can provide that for them, or you can leave it to nature and let them make their own holes and do their dust bathing. It's really awesome to get to see them taking their dust baths. They just look so relaxed and happy when they're dust bathing. If you'd like to see more chicken videos, I have a whole playlist of chicken care videos that you definitely should check out.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're learning to farm like me. There is so much more to see. If you're planning on heading elsewhere, Bungee, yeah, yeah, yeah. This really is the place to be.